piano community and YouTubers in general. This is Chris. This is supposed to be my 2018 year-end wrap-up. We'll see how that goes. The lighting seems like I'm washing out a little bit, but I think it'll work out for showing some records. But this is showing sort of summarizing finds during the year and a couple of shout outs to different people. So to start with, Dean at Grandma's Handbag, Grandma's Little Helper here, Stone Brewery, Enjoy by Brute IPA. So I have to drink this by January 1st, it says. So, salute to everybody. Now, a couple other VC members. I bought 2 pieces of music, or I acquired 2 pieces of music. First one from Ron Anderson. This is from his band Pack. Album is Bestial. This was released in October of this year. So that one I picked up. Been listening to that in the car. This is the sticker that he provides, and then I burned a copy of the music. The other one, Mylungpuppy is his YouTube name, Ron Anderson. And the second one is Gary Cosmic Pickle. We had traded some albums throughout the year, and he sent me a copy of his. This is a 2012 release, Impressions of a Year by Gary Hayden. So there are 13 tracks here, impressions of each month, plus April is included again in an ambient mix. So Gary Hayden. So this is more overall, a more ambient release. Ron's is a more metal release, sort of occasionally reminds me of King Crimson in some stages, but doesn't exactly sound like that. And then Steve at Flipside CT has been doing Max's Kansas City video, multi-part video. I think he's up to part 3. So just related to that, here's the Heartbreakers. He's shown some of this. Johnny Thunders, Heartbreakers, X New York Dolls. So live at Max's Kansas City, 1979 release. So just a couple of VC members, or several VC members that I wanted to make reference to. So over the year, I've acquired quite a number of albums. So some of the highlights of all the stuff that I acquired was on eBay. I found some seller that had acquired a stock of Serenus Corporation albums, and they seem to be, a lot of them were quite interesting. A lot of them were piano based. So here's one. Two artists, Alvin Brim and Richard Kapp. Dwight Peltzer plays the piano on the Alvin Brim part. This is I don't see a year on there. Here's another one. Again, Dwight Peltzer is the pianist doing the work of music of Otto Luning. This one's released in 1980. So there's the label. Again, solo piano. Another one, Dwight Peltzer, solo piano. The music of John Lessard and Francis Thorne. And just another one from this group. Contemporary Piano Project, as played by Dwight Peltzer. So we'll get more Francis Thorne, Lauren Rush, and Arthur Custer. So sort of modern classical piano. Another one I picked up was this Frank Fromme. Quatre Axis Mutants. He was from, part of the Rock in Opposition, or whatever that movement that Magna was part of. He was from the band. It's slipping away from me at the moment, but I'll mention what band that was in the notes, unless I think of it while I'm showing some other stuff. I've also been getting into some British jazz. So Stan Tracy, pianist, Hello Old Adversary. So this is a solo piano piece by him. On the Steam label. There's the label. 1979. And another one, this one people might remember, Keith Tippett. Musician 2 is the album name. This was recorded in June 13th, 1986. I've shown some other Keith Tippett, and I've shown also a Keith Tippett and Stan Tracy dual piano release. This is on FMP label. So British jazz related to Julie Tibbetts. Another pianist, George Flynn. Canal. Or is it Canal? Another pianist. This is on the Finadar label. (1987). He's a more another modern composer, more avant-garde, I guess. So I've got a couple of his albums throughout the year. I had one that I rediscovered while I was looking around, and some folk rock stuff. Chris Hillman of the Byrds put out a album. This is a 2017 Rounder Records issue. So he has several guests on here: David Crosby, Roger McGuinn, both other Byrd members, Tom Petty, Herb Peterson, who he has done quite a few albums with, and John Jorgensen. So Chris Hillman, biding my time. And rounding out the Byrds, ex-Byrd members, here's Gene Clark. Lost Studio Session, 64 to 82. So I picked this up. This is a 2 LP set put out by recorded. Part of it was recorded in 82, part in 72. From 64 to 82. So this is put out by Sierra Records. John Delgado is the mainstay behind Sierra. So here's this classical looking release. Digital mastering. So some lost Gene Clark songs. So oops. Guess that means I should show there's a booklet included. Ten-page booklet, approximately. There was Noble Records. Dylan had put out had a contest for his 750 subscribers, which he immediately jumped to 2,000 subscribers with that contest. I made an unofficial entry for that, but I forgot to include my grails that I was looking for. So one of them would have been Mighty Baby. One of them was Gerard Sallet, French guitarist. I think Chris Cole had shown him his album at some point, but I can't seem to find it for less than 150 euros. And there was a Stan Tracy album, another solo album that doesn't seem to go less than $100, and even if it's available in the United States. But so I can't get the Mighty Baby. This one is sort of related. Habibia, or something like that. If Man But Knew. This is on Island Records. Sort of world music, sort of droney. So that'll have to do me for the meantime. Speaking of drones, sort of, Picked this up recently. Shiva's Headband, 1969 release on Capitol. Take Me to the Mountains. So this is green Capitol label. Spencer Perskin is the violinist and driving force behind this band. So now I need to try to pick up their 1971 release, which I think is typically only available as a 1980 reissue. But Shiva's Headband from Texas, folk rock psych, maybe. And then more in the way of drones. I picked this Taj Mahal Travelers up, Japanese band, August 1974. This is a 2 LP reissue on a Guire. Here's the label. So, drone, psych, whatever. A lot of the music I picked up was piano based, so here's one that I was happy to pick up that I didn't even realize was out there. George Melly, M''Lely, solo piano on alternatives in American music. Recorded October 78. So there's the label. And picked up another one by him, The Soloist. Similar type artwork, black and white. This one's 1980 recording. And then a recent finds to tie it in with this year-end. George Melly Trio, 1981. Still on the alternatives in American music label. Still with the black and white, but now he's gone white on black. No, this is black and white, and the other ones were white on black. So this is a trio, piano, bass, drums. Recent pickup. Another recent pickup is David Lopato, Giant Mabira. Another solo piano release. On Lumina Records. (1982), recorded the end of '81. So this is free improvisation on piano. Very pleasant surprise that it was so good. David Lopato. And then to wrap it up, some British folk. So I picked up this Young Tradition album on put out in the U.S. on Vanguard, called Galleries. I don't see the year, but I think this was late 60s. So British folk. (1968) Vanguard. So one of the members of this band was Peter Bellamy. So I followed him and picked up some, albums post Young Tradition. So this is Peter Bellamy with Lewis Killen, recorded live in Norwich, 1972. Won't You Go My Way? This is on the Argo label. So then I found this album. This is another recent pickup. A solo album by Lewis Killen, who was accompanying him on that other album. So this is the Lewis Killen album called Sea Shanties. This is on this is recorded in 1968, but released in 1973 on ESP label out of New York. There's one side, and on the flip side is this photo. So again, folk, minimal accompaniment, maybe an accordion or a fiddle, or unaccompanied vocals. Very pleasant. So Lewis Killen. So that was sort of my year in review. Probably a lot of other stuff I could have shown, and I probably grabbed too many to show as it was. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the coming year.